is time for the Star Goddess podcast right here on the Crash and AJ blog at 98rock.com and the Crash and AJ podcast. Good morning, everyone.
Woohoo! Hello.
Good morning. Got the band back together.
So I noticed it right off the rip when AJ came in. I was like, it's noticeable. It's a Monday, and I don't feel like crap. I got up pretty good. It didn't feel like a typical Monday today. There's Star Goddess.
The energy has changed. And it's great that you can actually feel it, rather than just something being esoteric and we talk about it. But the truth is the sun went into Aries yesterday. And yes, it's the equinox. You want to dance naked and burn money for prosperity. But more importantly, you can feel the energy returning to everybody. That's the beauty of leaving the watery, mutable kind of sign of Pisces and going into the cardinal fire sign of Aries, saying, come on, let's get this show on the road. Let's get things started. So, and I think it's important to know where you can make new starts in your life. And the thing that's important about this week is that because the sun is in Aries, the things that you think about putting into motion this week, the things that you want to put into motion, will actually come to be the second week in May. Because that'll be your best for whatever area of your life you're thinking about making new starts in. When Jupiter goes into that sign in May, it will be the best new start in that area of your life in 12 years. So this is sort of a heads up on where you can expect in your life to start new things.
Okay.
So I thought it's important to kind of know.
I was only you felt like that too. You felt like it was a fresh Monday. I know you mentioned it.
Yeah, for sure. I know last night, burning the money and whatnot, and yeah.
So just, should we go into this real quick before we get into the all 12 signs
Sure,
here?
we can do that.
If you want a chance of making a little bit more money somehow, some way.
The prosperity ritual is the way I like to talk about it, rather than just dance naked, burn money for, prosperity. And it really is. It's the idea of, since time began, we have always tried to implore the gods to, to look favorably on us.
Right.
And we will sacrifice something that we value, for Jacob, it was his firstborn son. For me, I don't think that that's good because it's very bloody, very messy, and you get arrested for stuff like that.
Right.
So, but it is the idea that you are sacrificing something you value, which is a dollar bill. And you literally do it twice a year at the Vernal Equinox, which is where we're at today, up until midnight tonight, which is, and you want to thank God because this comes from a time that you really could have starved to death during the winter, that, Publix was not open 24 hours a day. And so you do it in the spring. You thank God for keeping you warm and safe and dry and fed throughout the winter. And then I, living in Florida with no insurance, say, and God for the summer, please don't let any hurricanes hit Tampa Bay. Right. That kind of thing. And you don't get any more if you burn a 20. And it really is just the idea of being grateful.
Yeah.
That the indulgence of the deity, whatever you want to call that, which can create something out of nothing, we're trying to invoke their blessing on us. And I got to tell you, I've been doing it since 1987, and it's worked. And the one year I did not do that because I thought, I'm sitting on this fat judgment. I got, this going on, this lawsuit, this movie deal, and I don't need to do it now because it was cold. And I want to be naked in the backyard being cold for all of 15 seconds. And so I did not. And that summer, my lawsuit got reversed. And in the fall, Disney canceled the movie. So no matter where I am in the world now, you bet on the equinoxes, I am dancing naked, burning money for prosperity. And sometimes money falls out of the sky on you. Other times you benefit from other people's stuff. One day my neighbor came over and said, do you mind if I cut these trees down? They're kind of blocking the grass from growing. I'm thinking, I got a quote for $6,000 for doing that. And I said, do you want somebody? He goes, no, I'll take care of it. I just want your permission. It's
Boom.
like, excellent. That kind of a deal. So
there's some value
it's a matter,
to it.
Yeah. And it really gets down to just being grateful.
Yeah.
And we aren't, and we should be for everything. So I'm grateful just that, there are bombs not falling here in our studio,
Grateful for so many things.
Yeah. So that's the equinox and the prosperity ritual. So, and you have until tonight to do that. So.
All right. You like dancing? You like being naked? You like burning money? You're in luck.
Yeah, just be careful where you do it that way.
People say, do I have to be naked? And it's like, no, it's just the idea that without you, I am nothing, God.
I like, just the full disclosure, I did like being naked, dancing on my balcony, knowing nobody was watching. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
There was something freeing about it.
Yeah.
I was doing that on mine too, but you know
liberating.
what? Where I live, I had to make sure I had the blinds were closed.
Yeah.
So on the
and
balcony,
you would end up on the front page of the newspaper.
And then
look
some,
what that is.
all over the internet.
Local radio personality dancing naked.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Burning money.
So. I took my little grandson out. You know how little boys are. They love to be naked. He was like, naked, I'm on it, G. I was like, no, wait a minute. So. But for everyone, it indicates new starts in some area of your life. So for Aries, the sign of the zodiac that we're in, and incidentally, we have 14 coaches that are going to be in the Final Four. Not a one is in Aries.
Wow.
Not a one.
Wow.
As opposed to football where they're all over the place.
That's a stat.
Yeah. So for Aries everywhere, this energy is a brand new start for them in every sense of the word. Jupiter's going to go into their sign. So the decisions that the Aries make this week, and these are personal decisions. These are about themselves, their relationships, their image, where it is they want to project their energy out into the world. This week, they find out where that best application of that energy is to go ahead and put into effect the second week in May when Jupiter goes into that sign. So it gives you some ideas about what area of your life can you expand. And for Aries, it's them, their intimate one-to-one relationships, personal relationships. All of that has to do with the Aries getting what does the Aries say that they want. So it's good stuff. You have an Aries that's going to graduate.
Yep.
And she'll have a great job opportunity that she can start in May.
It's the timing is about the same.
I know it's uncanny to me. I know it always blows my mind.
Yep.
It does. So, but for Aries everywhere, and that means interpersonal relationships, one-to-one relationships, anything that has an Aries get to start new health programs, new regimes. It's a new start. It's very invigorating for Aries. It will be their best new start in 12 years.
Okay.
So they want to give themselves permission to selfishly go after what it is that is their wants and their needs without apology.
Yeah, it's okay to be selfish every once in a while. We had a daily nugget on that not too long
that's
ago.
why I brought it up. Yeah, because it's a very important point that we sometimes wait for somebody to give us permission, and the person that's got to give us permission is us.
Yeah.
To get out of our own way kind of deal. So for them, it's really good. For Tauruses, this energy is finishing up energy rather than starting new energy. This 30-day period is for the Taurus to finish up all of the stuff that they put into motion last year over the last 2 years or so, and to kind of wrap it up and put a bow on it and be done with it. Because it's stuff that's kind of been pending, and they want to go forward in a bunch of different areas, and they can't because it's like they've got this one foot stuck in the past. And that stuff gets resolved over the next 30 days for them, which will be very important for them to be able to move forward with their life and the things that they want to do. So, and I think it's kind of interesting. We only have two head coaches that are Tauruses, and they are born within 2 days of one another.
That's wild.
I know, and I think that's amazing. One is Texas Tech's coach. He's born May 14th. And then the North Carolina coach is born May 17th.
Wow.
These are both going into the Sweet 16,
and
too,
they're
by
both
the way.
going into the Sweet 16. Yeah. So and they may have and they could conceivably play each other. And then I don't know how to pick that. So I don't know. But for
I really
Tauruses,
appreciate you actually incorporating the NCAA tournament in what you do, because I know how much you hate it.
because I'm so bad at it. I love sports in general, but you could not be worse at something than I am at basketball. And again, I'm 5'3". What do you expect? Never really played it, not really good at it. Don't really understand it. But for Tauruses everywhere, this is a finishing up of stuff that they've already put into motion.
Okay.
So finish that stuff up, clear the decks for new action for them.
Nice.
For Geminis, this energy for Geminis is in the 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. And there's not a single Gemini coach in the group. I think that's kind of interesting, too.
Producer X, you'll never make it in coaching, dude. Never.
Come on.
Not in this tournament.
Nobody wants to listen to me.
Nope. But however, this is a good time for you to achieve a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective through the help of your well-placed male friends and colleagues.
Ooh, okay.
Rather than
Crash.
females. Yeah.
Crash.
I got to help you clean up your mess at your place?
Yeah, you have to help me clean up my mess at home that Janet's always telling me that I got.
I'll save that for later on in the week. But really, it's a very good time. It's a really good time for Geminis to really count on the group to give the support to the Geminis. Instead of the Geminis supporting the group is going to support the Geminis' hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives, and they cannot do it alone.
Damn right. I need some help. Come on.
Yeah. And you can tell the people that will do that will either have a gap between their front teeth or they'll scar over their eyebrow or be fairly assertive, direct people.
No gap.
And there can be some women that fit into that category, too. But it's much more of a more positive, kind of a masculine energy rather than a decidedly feminine energy.
Men supporting men. That's what we need.
Yeah, because we don't have enough of that. Right? No, we don't have enough of that.
She's right.
We need more. For Cancers, this energy is this is interesting energy for Cancers. It's the 10th house of career and public standing for them, and it is very challenging energy. The United States is finding out right now. And the trouble is Cancers want to be very assertive and very direct, and this is not the right time to do that. Unfortunately, we only have one Cancer coach, and I'm not so sure he's going to be playing a lot longer, and that's the UCLA coach. I think that I think that they have challenges this weekend. I think there are a lot of professional challenges in store for Cancers, and Cancers have to kind of look at it and say, I may not win this particular fight, but I can end up winning the war. Because I think that something has to happen this week that changes how Cancers think about something. And if they make that mental shift, then things go ahead and turn around for them as well. But I do think out of all the signs, they probably have the most challenging energy here. And I also think
It's my
nobody's
other
gonna,
daughter's sign, so.
It's challenging energy. Honestly, Aries squares Cancer, and it's very challenging for them.
Gotcha.
And they want to start, and they can't. And the thing is, what the universe is saying, the direction you're heading in is not the right direction for you. If you change your direction a little bit, you'll have a much better outcome.
Yeah, she's trying to get employment from in one industry, and we're not sure. It's
Not sure
kind
it's
of
right
it's kind of a
industry
reach,
for her.
but we'll see what happens.
But what I want cancers to know is that if they get a setback, they have to look at it. It's the universe's way of saying you're going down the wrong path. Pick another path that you'll have a lot more success on.
Okay.
So sort of like that Nintendo game, that driving game, where if you go on the wrong road, rocks come down and smack you out of the way. It's like that. When you're on the wrong path, the universe goes, no, this is not the right path for
Good
you.
analogy there. Video game analogy. Love it.
That's a video game analogy. For Leos, this is fabulous energy for Leo. This energy for them is in the 9th house of long-distance travel, legal matters, contracts, negotiations, agreements, firming.
Get out of
I swear
here.
to God,
That's
White House stuff.
It's just.
It works out that way. I know you think, I wonder if she sits there at home and goes, how can I involve Crash in this? Especially what's going on in Crash's life. But it just works out that way. I don't know why, but it just does.
Going on a little vacation, it's a Friday and a Monday off, taking 4 days, going to a nice little destination with my girlfriend.
But there's you're signing other things. There are documents that you're signing,
I'm
agreements,
doing that sort of thing
legal
too.
stuff, kind of wrapping it all up kind of deal.
That's today, actually.
Yeah. And there are no Leos. There are no Leo coaches in the
NCAA tournament.
Nope, none of them. Sorry.
As opposed to like in the NFL,
they're all over the
were
place.
all over
There
the
were
place,
7
right?
Leo quarterbacks that were playing in January and February. In January, maybe not February, in January. Not a coach involved. Maybe there were players involved, but I didn't look at them because there's so many of them. But for Leos everywhere, contracts, negotiations, agreements, very, very favorable and very favorable terms for the Leo.
Okay.
I might add, they can cut themselves a pretty sweet deal out of it.
Nice.
Which is kind of nice for them.
We do have a question in the Leo department here off the phones.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
This is my first time calling, man. I ain't never done this.
All good, yeah. Just give us your birthday and the birthday of anybody involved in your very interesting question for Star Guys right now.
Okay, my birthday is I'm a Leo. It's 8/10/83, and my wife's birthday she's 11/13/79. She's a Scorpio.
All right.
You're a Leo?
Yeah.
Wow, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. That's that combination.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
So exciting stuff
yeah.
out there.
Yeah. But you already know that.
What's the question?
Yeah.
Crazy ones are the most fun, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That's crazy. Is it worth it? It's crazy.
I probably wouldn't get a hand receipt on her, but I think that it could be a really fun time for you.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I think every girl after her will say, I don't know who she was, but I just want to thank her.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So how long you been in this relationship?
Right now, we've been married 2 years, but we've been together longer than that.
Okay. So
About 13 years altogether.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think it's the real deal. I think that he really loves her. I think the crazy thing is what makes her unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Unpredictable. She say that shit.
I wouldn't say that to her in person.
I mean, loving, interesting.
Yeah, interesting is always a good adjective.
Yeah, good adjective.
All right, man. Good luck, brother.
All right, thank you.
Later. There you go.
Leos. So much fun.
Sounds like it.
For Virgos, the next sign of the zodiac, this is about other people's resources flowing their way. This is the moon is in the 8th, the sun is in the 8th house of other people's resources, profound transformations, healing on a deep soul level, which is kind of a cool thing, and really benefiting from other people's resources. So for Virgos everywhere. And sex is at the root of that too, so there's nothing wrong with that. Thinking if you're taking a Virgo with you, you've got a great week to go.
Good chance of sex going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
That's what I'm saying. I think you need to drink a lot of water. You're going to need to keep your strength up there.
Start warming up the back.
TMI.
Who wants to picture that? Come on.
And we have 3 Virgo coaches competing, which I think is kind of interesting. And they're born, the Purdue coach is a Virgo, and then the Iowa State coach, and then Providence. Those guys are all Virgos. And if they play on Thursday, they won't have a good outcome. If they play on Friday, they'll have a better outcome. Saturday, better outcome. Thursday, not such a good outcome for them.
Gotcha.
So, unfortunately for them. For Libras, this energy is in the 7th house of partners, intimate one-to-one relationships. And it has to do with any kind of you with someone else. So there could be a marriage partner, a business partner, a professional relationship. Bruce Arians is an Aries, and is a Libra, and Lenny's going to go out and interview with other guys, and I think he's going to come back to us.
Good.
So we have 2 Libra coaches, and it's another crazy thing. These 2 Libra coaches are born within 5 days of one another. The St. Peter's coach is a Libra. And the Miami coach is a Libra.
St. Peter's, is that the fighting?
Yeah, that's the Peacocks.
Fighting Peacocks.
The Fighting Peacocks.
Worst name ever, but I love the fact that they can go in and beat some of these top teams.
You said worst name ever?
Yes, the Fighting Peacocks.
Awesomely
I'm about
bad
to
name.
run the track back from Friday when we were talking so much love with the Peacocks.
Awesomely bad's the word I meant to say.
here.
All right, bad choice.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm sure those guys are really proud to be the Fighting Peacocks.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to put on quite a show. And with Libra there, with the sun in the 7th house of partners, for them, they get a lot of recognition as a result of it. And I think they could be playing late into the season. If they play Thursday night, I think that they can win.
Look at Peacocks doing peacock things.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Peacock on this one.
And they came out of nowhere. And that's the whole thing about the 7th house is it also is your public image.
Yeah.
I had never even heard of that college.
It reminds me of what's the movie with what's his name in it? With
Great description.
3 of us going. We're not sure. Could be the
Will Ferrell.
You're talking semi-pro.
Semi-pro. It seems like the Fighting Peacocks would be on the
That
semi-pro
kind of a
for some
show.
reason.
Yeah. I think they put on a really good show. Genuinely.
Okay.
In every sense of the word. So for them, a lot of public recognition, which is kind of a cool thing.
That's a cool thing.
For Scorpios, this is very intense energy for Scorpio. It's in their 6th house of work, health, and responsibility. And for Scorpios, they need to be assertive at work, but not aggressive. And that's a real challenge because Scorpio is a very martial kind of sign. It was ruled by Mars, also ruled by Pluto, and they don't back down from a fight no matter what. And so for them, they need to pick and choose their battles carefully and not be dragged into every single battle. But I think that we have 2 Scorpio coaches. Mm-hmm. One is the Syracuse coach.
Jim Boeheim?
Yes, he is a Scorpio, and the other Scorpio coach is who? Who? Where's the other one? I know that there's 2.
Jim Boeheim's
a Musselman from Arkansas.
Okay, those are 2 good coaches right there.
They're very, very good coaches. Their dates of birth are 5 days apart. One's November 14th, the other one's the 19th.
What?
I think that's so weird that they're born so close together.
That is nuts.
Because that energy, it's that particular energy. So I think if the Scorpios play on Friday, they do really well. I don't think they do as well on Thursday.
Okay.
So, but for Scorpios everywhere, the fight is on at work. So kind of interesting to see. For Sagittarians, and you would think that with the sport that's such a leg sport, which is what Sagittarius rules, that there would be more Sagittarian coaches, not a one. Not a one in this group.
So when you say leg
It's a leg sport because Sagittarius rules the buttocks and the thighs, the locomotor region of the body. And you're smiling because your girlfriend likes your butt.
I got teased about my big butt a lot when I was a kid too, because it's still pretty big, but I have
not big. It's very shapely. Shapely is what we're looking at here.
I have a picture to show you a little later on. It's me as a 10-year-old, and there was me and a lot of ass right there.
Yeah,
so I'm like, wow.
That's the part of the body
wants
that
to
rules.
see that picture.
I'm showing it you especially.
You may not, but
You're
we
going to see
like
my
it.
ass, all right?
For Sagittarians everywhere, though, this is a really fun time. It's because the 5th house for them rules amusements and pleasures and sports and love affairs and activities involving things that you really enjoy doing. And in the last year, you really haven't taken a lot of vacations, so this is going to be a very fun one for you.
Nice.
And that so it'll be a little bit of activity. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be.
Golf. It'll be no golf.
Yeah,
because
no golf. Well, you've been doing that all year.
They closed the golf course down on the island. I think this whole thing's fixed, but it's fine.
I wonder how much she paid to have them do that.
I know, right? I was
She's got a lot
saying
of
the same
influence.
thing.
Yeah, you gotta like that. Smart girl. Again, smart girl. But for Sagittarians everywhere, and this is a very fertile time for Sagittarians. When the sun is in the 5th house, it's a good time to start new creative projects that can take on a life of their own. So people need to be proactive about that kind of thing, one way or the other.
Okay.
So yeah. For Capricorns, and today was Capricorn Day here at 98 Rock. Every
was.
call we got, almost every call we got had something to do with Capricorn.
Yeah.
There are 12 signs in the zodiac. There are 14 teams. There are 3 Capricorn coaches.
Yeah, including one of my friends that I went to high school with.
He's the assistant coach, and that's the fourth one.
Yeah, assistant coach
which
for
I think
Gonzaga.
is crazy. We
Roger
talked
Paul
about
Jr.
Dave Grohl starting new stuff. He's a Capricorn too. So for Capricorns everywhere, the moon is in their sign starting late Thursday night, starting at the 7 o'clock game on Thursday night. So the 3 Capricorn coaches are the Villanova coach is a Capricorn, the Gonzaga coach is a Capricorn, and who's the third one?
Shame on me.
Was it?
Arkansas?
Oh, Kansas.
Yeah,
Kansas
yeah.
coach is the Capricorn. So, and those guys, here's another crazy thing. It's a safe bet in a bar if there's more than 17 people in a room at any kind of event that 2 are born on the same month and the same day. Not necessarily the same year, but same month, same day. And there are 14 coaches, and 2 of them are born on December 27th, 1962.
What?
How could that be? Yes.
That's insane.
Yes,
You know
the
what?
Kansas coach.
We had something similar like this during the NFL season too. You remember that during the postseason?
2 of the
There
quarterbacks.
was a lot of
2 of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Were born on Tom Brady and there was another one. Maybe I can't remember but there was another one born same month, same day, different year, but same month, same day.
Jets quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wasn't
the
it?
Jets
Yeah, they were
quarterback.
like
The Jets
30 years apart or not 30,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So I just think it's crazy. And the other Gonzaga, the other coach, the Villanova coach, is December 24th. That's 3 days.
Wow.
So all these coaches where you have multiple signs are all born with the literal days of one another, which is what always makes it so hard for me.
That's just literally
Yeah,
like some sort of
think it's
star
crazy.
trends going
I actually
on.
had to ask Scotty to make sure that was the right date of birth for the Kansas coach. It's like, how can they both be born same month, same day, same year? And they're in the same place doing the same thing. I think that's crazy. So for Capricorns everywhere, I think they end up doing really, really well.
Okay.
So it's very, very good energy for them. For Aquarians, this energy is in the 3rd house of day-to-day living, short distance, short duration travel. It's very favorable for Aquarians, and we have 2 Aquarian coaches, and those 2 guys are the Duke coach and the Michigan coach. Those guys don't play, do they? They don't play each other.
I don't. Not to
Okay.
my knowledge.
I think they do better on Thursday. With the moon in Sagittarius, the early games on Thursday would be better for the Aquarian coaches.
2 unique coaches, though. You got Juwan Howard, who got in the fist fight earlier in the year, who got suspended, who's didn't nobody expect to make it as far in the tournament, who's still now for the 5th straight year in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing.
And then you got Coach K, which says this is his final run.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
is
so.
going deep into this into the
I think if he
tournament
wins,
again.
it'll be his final run, but I think he'll be back next year.
Really?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
keep
do.
my eye on that.
I know he says.
I got a feeling it would be. I think it's gonna be some other kind of coaching, maybe, because he said he's done. He said
He's done.
He
I
says
think he
he's
thinks
done.
he's going to win it.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady said he was done too, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the opposite sign.
Definitely keeping that
Leo
in
and
consideration.
Aquarians. I don't think any of those guys can go out on a loss.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we got a question about Aquarian.
Okay.
On the phone right here.
Hey, I have a question for Star Goddess.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm not sure how to phrase this.
Start with your date of birth.
12/2/65.
Okay.
My sister's date of birth is 12/11/73.
Okay.
Anyway, I just made reservations in Orlando for the damn Motley Crue concert. The next day, my sister sends me this article about Vince Neil and his $10,000 bottle of Louis XIII. Is this concert going to happen?
All right. Is this concert going to happen?
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it does. He has Venus in Aries, and because his concert is not like this week, Jupiter goes into Aries the second week in May, and by the time it gets to 4, I think he'll be playing. So,
and it's a
Good.
legitimate question because he's been so squirrely and kind of had been hard to stay in shape.
And this concert has been postponed how many times? I mean, granted, this was one that was supposed to happen before COVID,
Right.
and then got canceled because of COVID, then repostponed, rescheduled. It's seen so many reschedulings. So.
I think it occurs because it's in June, right? Late June?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jupiter will be well into Aries by then, so he'll be healthy and happy and ready to do it and probably need the money.
All right.
Pretty big motivator for just about anybody.
All right. There you go.
And then for the last sign, it's Pisces. It's all about the money. It's about making more money. It's about, and this is not money falling out of the sky on you. This is through the fruits of your labor. And Pisces have made a brand new start in January, February, and March, and now they get to see whether or not they can make any money doing it. And so the moves that they make this week will be designed to make them more money, but it doesn't start until June. So I don't know whether there's additional education or what it is they're waiting for, but I do know that for them, finances and money are the things that they're really paying attention to this week. So tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac, and don't bet on any of the coaches that I talked about because I'm terrible at this.
She's just giving an obzation on the March
this is like a
Madness
suggestion.
tournament. Yes, there you go.
But I think you'd be just as lucky tossing a coin. With this.
That's her disclaimer. There's Star
That's
Goddess.
my disclaimer. Yes, don't bet the house on anything I say here.
We always do this on Mondays. Of course, we have Star Goddess on our show on Mondays as well. All right.
That's right. You can hear us every single Monday right here on 98 Rock. You can also catch us on the free iHeartRadio app, available wherever you got that phone on you, and via smart speakers. Just say play WXTB to whatever your device is, and boom, you got us right then and there.
All right.
There you go.
You guys have a great week.
Always a pleasure. Have fun.
Thank you.